We're going to do the best show ever, Corey. Here it is. All right.
I'm good to try.
Okay.
Good recording.
Reseller Clickbait Podcast, episode 78 with Cory, just Pops from over at Grams and Pops Vintage, and I am Ken, SSK.
He's not
Every
sure
week
who he
I
is
mess
today.
up. SSKPromo, Mr. Bill, the seasonal Santa. I was thinking, Cory, that people that like regular viewers that didn't tune in last week and see the big Santa reveal video, or new subscribers, we got some more new subscribers this week, and we appreciate them, and a number of listens over on the audio side. So if you want to see this whole Santa beard thing, come over to the YouTube page and check out the seasonal Santa. But I got to thinking, people that maybe just tuned in this week, for the first time, or so, thinking, what the heck's up with this guy? I thought this was kind of like a reselling sort of a show. And there's this old crusty curmudgeon over on the left, and then, the festive season. No, I'm slowly I'm slowly getting Cory a little. No, Cory, you're a festive guy. You're just not over the top festive.
I'm not over the top anything, really. So it just kind of fits in. I am a festive guy, though. I like this time of year. And I'm also, even though we don't have a very good podcast, I'm kind of proud of the fact that we're the only one with Santa on our podcast.
This is true. Wait, what do you mean? We have a great podcast. I enjoy it. Well, maybe it's just because I enjoy hearing me. I enjoy hearing me like all the time. But I see you are getting festive up behind you. You got a poinsettia up there on the shelf. Up there. We've got a few
decorations up. We decorated the living room. Thanksgiving's over, so we actually got to do some decorating, that's fun. We also had our first Christmas party of the year, so we're getting in the spirit. Oh, that's
right. You got you had a big family Christmas party. Yeah, Cory had sent me a picture of a tree. He was getting. I actually don't believe it or not. I don't have my decorations up inside, in the house. I got everything is up outside, but I don't have. Oh, look at this. There's a picture. If you're watching here on YouTube or come over, you can see Cory's festive living room. The tree, beautiful there in the corner. And, you got some elf going on the TV right there. Man, you were festive that day.
What's going on? There we go. I couldn't hide the picture. It was just going to take over.
Did you have any eggnog? Oh, yeah.
You know what?
It's always nog season.
I did. I happened to be in the grocery store with Teresa, which is a rare occurrence. That's a rare sighting for me in the grocery store. But I did pick up a little thing of eggnog for myself since nobody else would drink it. And it's I think I have one small cup left in the bottom of the jug. I'm saving that for tonight.
And see, doesn't it build up the festiveness? It's like drinking Christmas. I think eggnog. It's like liquid
or hot
Christmas.
Cocoa.
Ooh, yeah. Wait a minute. Let me think here. Let me reassess. No, I'm gonna go with the eggnog because that's always the taste of Christmas. And we talked last week. I got thinking. I always have mine. I like to put 7-Up in my eggnog. We talked about that last week.
I'm not sure about that.
And you have to try it with your little cup. Well, I don't want to ruin your last little cup. Of course, they have more at the grocery store. You can go to the grocery store and pick up all the nog you want.
I won't go twice in a year. We'll have to wait till after New Year's and try it again.
Well, maybe Grams will surprise you. You enjoyed that nog so much. Like next time she goes to the store, she will.
I would like to debate the whole taste of Christmas thing though, because you might be a little bit off. The eggnog, now that I've had it, and it's been a long time since I've had it. Yeah. I think hot cocoa still kind of has the taste of Christmas for me because it's got the candy cane in it. For me, I put candy canes in our hot cocoa. Okay. The eggnog has a bit of that pumpkin spice in it. It's almost a transition drink.
No, okay.
Gets you out of Thanksgiving and into Christmas.
Well, see, there again, it's like
So we're
liquid
thinking
Christmas.
way too much about this.
This is good. This is good stuff. Everybody's going to love this. The whole nog. We're going to talk about Cory's nog the whole show.
We're talking about the drink still, guys.
Yes, we are. We are talking about. Oh, you know what I haven't tried though is, pretty much I talk about. I always have Coke Zero in my glass and whatever I'm having. The whole fall season, the apple cider.
How many drinks do you got back there? That's the second drink I've seen you pick up.
This is just two. I got to stay hydrated on the show. When you talk constantly for an hour, uninterrupted, it's you need to have a festive. Or not a festive, a festive drink helps, but you need to have some hydration. But the Coke Zero, I like to put apple cider in there, in the summer lemonade and Coke Zero, strawberry lemonade, anything, I just said. But I've never tried eggnog and Coke Zero.
That's probably a good thing. I'm not sure you'd want to, but I guess.
Well,
might as well try new things. Why not?
I'm going to try it. So I'll experiment this week. And I'll experiment because I was going to say I'll try it on the next week's show.
Probably going to cause a chemical reaction. You're going to hurt yourself. Your beard's going to turn purple.
That's why I should probably do some testing in between and see if it is good. I don't want to throw up right on the show. Of course, I guess we could edit that out, but why would we?
Oh, we definitely would not edit that out. And that kind of testing is where you get someone else to taste it. That's not.
Oh yeah, I got like a little niece or nephew or somebody. I'll come over. Hey, give this a try. They'll try anything.
You're gonna love this.
We are getting festive again. Cory, did some decorating. He's got the poinsettia up behind him on the screen there.
The what?
The poinsettia up above your head.
Now, Teresa and I were talking about this the other day. I'm not sure that's what it's called. The internet is telling me it's called a poinsettia. There's actually an IA at the end of it.
Poinsettia.
How do you guys say it?
What?
I've always called it poinsettia too.
But okay.
But now I'm rethinking it.
Poinsettia.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess that's I hear it like that.
It's spelled poinsettia. And,
the
internet tells me that's how it's pronounced. Well, Siri's not sure, but Google says it's poinsettia.
Okay. Well, we always know that Siri's not sure. See, there you go. hashtag Team Android.
Siri is never sure.
I bet that Alexa knows the proper pronunciation.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Yeah, it came right up above my head here. Oh, I have some sort of a notification on there. Oh, I think that was because we had a fog advisory this morning. Now,
super
for some
foggy
reason,
here too.
My Echo device, we'll say, is now giving me like weather reports for some reason.
Did you ask for them?
I did not, but they come up on my phone. They come up on my little screen devices, and
starting to think that thing is smarter than you think it is. If you all of a sudden go full Santa and now you're getting weather reports in December, there may be something to this.
Yeah. So I am full Santa. I had my first Santa, not really my first Santa gig, but my kind of first official Santa gig. I was the official Santa for the tree lighting, the city, a whole city tree. It was like a Hallmark movie. Every Hallmark movie that you watch at Christmas time, everybody's always going to a tree lighting. I had never really been to a tree lighting, and
so there was a disappointed young lady looking for love in all the wrong places, that kind of thing there? Or
yes. It might have even been Miss Ontario that escorted. I came in a police cruiser, sirens blaring, lights going.
J-Lo was there trying to solve all her problems. Typical.
They
Hallmark.
gave me the microphone, with like the speakers or whatever, the PA system.
They let you talk?
Some ho-ho-hos as we were pulling up there, and Merry Christmas, and I get out of the car, and Miss Ontario's there, and she escorts me up to the pavilion. It was at their local park. They have kind of like a park in the center there, and they have a big tree that they decorate well, it's a tree lighting. You got to have a tree that's decorated. And they do a whole ceremony, and they have like some of the local musicians and stuff play, and some of the people sing. And they had a nice, cool, like chair area set up, a big like Santa sort of a chair, and all decorated around. And
we have, I wish I could figure out shipping for big stuff like that, because we actually have a Santa chair, like an authentic Santa chair.
Really?
It's like a big old-fashioned wood-carved throne chair with like red velvet seat cushions on it. I'd send you one. We have 2 of them.
I think we need to talk, Corey.
Yeah, we actually found these old chairs at a sale at one point, and we reupholstered them with red velvet for one of our escape rooms. But we have 2 of them. We don't need 2.
Okay.
But
we might
Santa
have to discuss that. Santa might need one. I'm getting ready to do my special Santa headshot for this year. Some Christmas festive stuff. So stay tuned for that. Might get some of those out to folks or whatever. I'm just working. I'm just being festive, Corey, the whole time. I'm excited about
charge
Christmas.
for those.
Those
aren't free.
Oh, there you go. I should put those up for sale. See how many, well, let me see. There's my mom would probably buy one, even though she sees every day. Jill might get Jill to buy one.
So I was just thinking, if you're gonna be disappointing people, you might as well get a little bit of something out of it.
I should be a millionaire by now, Corey, if that's how one disappointing people gets some extra cash going. So it was the tree lighting was fun. I had fun. I got some other Christmassy festive events, but we're not going to talk about. Well, yes, let's talk about Christmas the whole time. Let's
talk about Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, how do you feel about Wesley Snipes?
Well, I like Wesley Snipes.
Hey, both of y'all shut the fuck up. You give me like a Cedric number fucking trillion headache.
I'm a big fan. White Man Can't Jump was a great movie. With him.
That's where I'm going with this.
Woody Harrelson. Oh, okay.
I grew up in the time where White Man Can't Jump was a big part of your high school year, your formidable years. Like, I'm not a sports guy, but nobody was not a Michael Jordan fan. Nobody was not a White Man Can't Jump fan. Like, that was the perfect movie to bring hope back to all the poor white kids that wanted to play basketball. And they made a remake of it on Hulu. Did you know that?
Oh, no, a remake of White Man Can't Jump? No, I did not know this.
And it's called White Man Can't Jump 2, I believe. And it's on Hulu right now.
Who stars in this movie?
That's the disappointing part. I don't know either of them. They're both it's kind of more like a low-budget high school play than it is a movie. I mean, it's supposed to be a movie. It's just very poorly done. The actor, instead of Woody Harrelson, is more like Napoleon Dynamite. It was just not good. All the way around. That was a horrible movie.
Good. Napoleon Dynamite has to be one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of.
Below.
I'm not a huge fan of like dumb humor, I guess.
Yeah.
Although it's probably kind of my level, but I'm not a huge fan of that kind of humor.
Maybe that's why I don't make you laugh that much, Corey, because you're not a fan of dumb humor.
That's true. Like, I've known that for a while.
You figured that out early on, that if you're going to laugh during the show, you're going to have to make it up yourself.
So I did spend this week very disappointed after I watched that. I saw it on there and I was really excited, and we carved out some time to watch a couple movies. So we got Elf watched, which was kind of the kickoff of the season.
So there you go.
So we had a good start. So when we went into the second movie, we were already kind of on that high of having watched a really good movie that got us in the spirit.
Yeah.
And then we watched that, and it was just disappointing.
How does one? You decorated the tree. You're decorating the tree. You've got Elf on right there. You're like getting ready to sit down with your hot cocoa, big bowl of popcorn. Well, I don't usually drink hot cocoa with popcorn, but
that is not a good combo.
And you say, let's queue up some good. Let's just have a relaxing. We're going to clear our mind of reselling, and we're going to just have a festive Christmas evening. And you watch Elf, and that's just always fun and fast. You can watch that one over and over, and then White Men Can't Jump 2 Electric Boogaloo. I think that's what it. White Men Can't Jump 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Hey, I can't justify my actions most times, and I'm not going to start trying now. But when you see White Men Can't Jump 2 or White Men Can't Jump made a remake, you have to watch it.
You're going to watch it. I can see. Well, my channel, my TV usually never leaves any of the Christmas stations right now during this time of year. Lock it in and rip the knob off, as they say.
We don't have Christmas stations. I mean, we have all the streaming, like the Hulu and Netflix and Prime and stuff. And if we want Christmas, we got to go look for it. Of course, now it's all over the front screen. You're recommended, but
yeah, all of the channels now that we're into December are playing Christmas movies. Well, again, since October, I've had the Hallmark channel, Hallmark Mysteries and Movies, and GAF Network, and
sometimes I like to just log on and go through all the Christmas movies and give them a thumb down, just so they'll quit showing.
Hey, I think that's what everybody does on all of our podcast videos here. They just someone goes into the playlist and just thumbs down every one of them.
I like Christmas movies, actually. I just don't like the romantic comedy type of Christmas movie. Every Christmas movie, it seems like not every, but a lot of the Christmas movies are, just the fall in love romantic comedy type Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of that type of movie. That's why Elf is so good. It's a great start.
Well, I know something. If you want to watch something festive, Cory, you want to watch something festive, right?
Always.
You do. Well, you could watch the Holiday Live Tour show, the Christmas episode. Did you see how I segued that? Well, it wasn't even really a good segue.
I thought you were going to say White Men Can't Jump.
I'm going to put
whatever
that on.
Ken.
Oh, next thing you know, there'll be this big debate, just like the whole is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Everybody's going to want to know if
that's a fact.
Cory, now let's not end this relationship right here
there's
over
no
the
debate
whole
there.
argument.
That's a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a movie. A great movie, a classic movie. I love Die Hard. It's a movie set at Christmas time. It is not a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
That's it. We're just gonna, so there'll be this big debate going on now. Just like the whole Die Hard Christmas thing. Next thing people will be wanting to know, they'll be, White Men Can't Jump 2 Electric Boogaloo is a Christmas movie.
I don't think anybody's going to be talking about that movie 10 minutes from now. I think that movie spoke for itself.
I'm going to bring it up later on. There I am taking a drink in the middle of the show again, Cory.
Well, it's eggnog. We're going to forgive it.
The Holiday Live Tour show here on the podcast coming up quick. Is that?
It is. Is it the 12th? What day
next
is that
week?
on?
No, it's the 14th. December the 14th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. normal time.
Normal time,
as Cory would like to say, if you're there in the center part of the country. But
I'll try and make
we've got. Well, yeah. Well, see, I was going to say I said you want to watch something festive, but you can't watch it and participate at the same time. Well, I guess you can. You do that every week. You just sit here and watch me ramble on about stuff.
This is true. No, I just found out the other day that the 14th, well, I knew, I just didn't register. The 14th is my oldest daughter's anniversary. So they're having a thing, their wedding anniversary.
Okay.
So they're going out and having a thing, and they wanted grandma and grandpa to babysit, which we've had this plan for a while. So I told them, you'd have to bring him. Well, I didn't tell him anything. Grams basically took over and said Grams is going to be babysitting. They're not going to bring him out here. She's going to go in there. So I'll be home alone that night, which is another good Christmas movie.
That's a great Christmas movie. See? There you go. Now you're in the spirit.
So I'll be home alone setting booby traps and doing the live.
Oh, you should come up with a Home Alone theme escape room.
That'd be kind of fun, actually. That'd be a good one.
I think I just gave you the greatest idea ever.
I just like the
In the
idea of
history
putting
of
people in a
escape
room
rooms.
and then heating up the doorknob so they can't get out without burning their hands.
Catching their hair on fire. Oh, you got to get the big spike on the floor. Somehow get them into their bare feet, you know.
As soon as you shut the door,
bunch of
there's
grease.
just bricks swinging.
I love this
Oh, those
idea.
were paint cans, weren't they? They weren't bricks.
Yeah,
they were
they were
dropping
paint
bricks.
You could do the one where they everybody comes out at the end and are just all tarred and feathered, you know, with the.
I'm gonna have to check with our insurance company on that one.
You should. Oh, I think that you should come up with something that would be how does Macaulay? Wait, what was his name in the show in home? Kevin. Yeah. How does Kevin get out of away from the wet bandits?
Right? That wouldn't be a bad one. We do have a Christmas room right now. We have a Christmas room that's more like the elf theme than it is Home Alone. In the fact that you got to figure out how to get Santa's sleigh to fly again. Spoiler alert, it's not Christmas spirit. There's a recipe in our room.
Okay. A recipe like for brownies or for
it's
eggnog and it's a recipe.
Yeah, it's not the recipe for brownies to get the sleigh high. No. It's a different recipe.
Okay.
It's a recipe for reindeer food.
To get the reindeer food, and you make up the reindeer food, and then you can fly out.
That's how they fly the sleigh. Yep. So you got to find the recipe for the reindeer food. It's a fun room. I want to come to your escape room, and I'm just going to spend the whole weekend going through. How many different rooms do you have? We have 3 right now. We've had, I think we're on our 5th room, but we have 3 active ones right now, and we got one in the works. We're doing a candy shop room now, or that's what we're building now is a candy shop room.
Okay. See, this is fun. We need to get a behind the scenes sometime on the show. We need to get a behind the scenes of
one of these days we'll do the podcast from the escape room, and I'll just be in a different themed room. One day I'll be in a holiday room. One day I'll be in a 80s room.
Oh, we should try to work that out. You'd be in the Christmas festive room during the Christmas season here. But we were talking about the Holiday Live Tour. That's Thursday, December the 14th. We've got a great guest lined up. Going to be fun. Always a fun and festive guy. Games, prizes, you know, the whole 9 yards. Good, fun chat with we always like to interact with the chat on those. That's what's fun. And, all the people in the community.
That's enough holiday stuff for me.
All the people in the community. Okay.
Can we go back to Halloween?
No, we cannot. I like Halloween, and but I got some mail again, Cory.
You got more mail?
I got some mail. I did from our Meg. Yeah, our Meg.
Lilac seller.
Our friend Meg, the lilac reseller. Yes, and very cool note. I was surprised when I went to the thing. Look at these. This will be the last festive thing. Look at these cool stickers. These are like vintage auto
starting to
art
get jealous.
Bumper stickers. The other car is a sleigh and some Santa stuff. Some festive local coffees from Wisconsin, from her area there in Wisconsin. Some different.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Things. Not normally, but Jill drinks coffee.
There you go.
And so there was a really nice note for, Jill and I to share those. So Jill was excited to get some festive Christmassy blend coffees. Oh, but she also, when she was in Cincinnati during the Reseller rally, is where I got to meet her personally. She played a lottery ticket, and it's a winner. But she don't want to drive all the way back from Wisconsin.
She sent you her gambling winnings?
And so she sent me her gambling money. And man, how generous. I mean, it's a winning ticket.
I don't know how generous. How much?
I would have probably sent out all my losing tickets. $4, Cory. $4 that I got on this ticket.
$4 more
right
than I've ever been gifted from a gambling ticket. So congratulations.
So I'm gonna take that, and I'm going to buy some some Christmassy scratch offs, and I'm gonna see if I can parlay this into something, and maybe we'll use that. If I can do that, maybe we'll use that to buy some prizes for the show.
There you go.
for the Christmassy festive thing, give back from that. So thank you to Meg, the lilac seller, for her generous gift. It just always warms my heart when people, are out and think of me or find something. Her note said she had saw those stickers and she thought of me with the Santa stuff. So
I'm just not as happy about it as you are.
Yeah. See, how can I make
I feel
your
like
life
I just
better, Cory?
I just show up every week to watch you open gifts.
I know. Isn't this the greatest show ever?
This is like the kid in town that your parents used to make you go to their birthday party, but you didn't really want to go.
And you just sat there the whole time. And he got all these great, and he was like the rich kid that got everything. And you got socks for Christmas, and he was getting, Nintendo game systems. And I know how that
just
goes.
the weird kid in town.
But it is. I'll keep checking the box, Cory. Something's gonna.
I'm gonna mail something over just to feel better about myself.
Wait, this came from South Dakota.
Says from Cory to Cory. What's going on?
Do not open and then I'll open it on air for you, Cory.
Well, that would be good. I'd be okay with that.
So moving on from the Christmas stuff and the festivities, which, I'm going to probably end up bringing it up again just because.
Do we have actual reseller stuff to talk about? Anything?
Well, yeah, we did. We were gonna talk about stuff, and the other day we kind of had a pre-show meeting, and we had this topic all planned, and then it's all of a sudden, here come the brakes on what it was. And what we were gonna talk about was the new policy that was supposed to be introduced on the 11th. By eBay, the new BEE thing, yeah. And I've heard other shows talk about it.
BBE, right?
BBE, the bad buyer experience with sellers, giving better service and such. And so we had kind of talked about what we would talk about on the show. I was watching Bearded Picker. He called an emergency live to go over this thing, which it was fun. Scott's a good guy. I like to watch the Bearded Picker. So go check out Scott and his channel. He has lots of great content. But
he was kind of real reseller content.
They do, yeah. He always has great guests on there, and it's a good time and really knowledgeable about stuff. But he kind of called this impromptu emergency live to go over this new policy because some other resellers had been talking about it as well.
Well, it's supposed to go live on like the 11th, right?
Yeah, on December the 11th.
I guess that's the live date that eBay had announced.
Yes. And we only took it as far as, hey, let's look at the policy, what it's going to be when we were having our meeting, and how they're going to evaluate it. And we talked about how we could relate that to things. And then Teresa, who is like
a party pooper.
Twice. Well, not only part. Well, she kind of maybe saved us a little bit, but she's going to investigate this stuff. She wants to know, what these policies are and how they affect.
Yeah, you don't.
How they're going to affect our businesses.
You don't ever mention anything in front of Teresa you don't want her to Google because she's going to.
But she kind of saved us maybe a little bit of embarrassment, I guess you would say, if we're going through about BBE and this policy in December 11th. Well, it turns out in the end, it's not even for us. It's I didn't even pay any bit of attention that the page that I was looking at for all the information was the eBay export page.
Yep.
Which has to do with overseas.
Just people selling from like Southeast Asia and India and selling into the US market.
Yes. So eBay actually put out a statement that they were apologizing for the confusion because a lot of people were, getting everybody was getting in a bit of an uproar about, here's a new policy and here's Now they're still, and they're against the sellers all the time. It's always about the buyers and blah 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 blah. And
well, it was, yeah. If you read the policy itself, it seemed a little bit punitive. Like a lot of it was, do this and this is the punishment type.
Yeah, exactly.
The way it was written and talked about a lot, it was a little punitive. But yeah, it's altogether. I think we both agreed that it was kind of, even if it had been for us, I didn't have a big issue with it. A lot of it was pretty common sense stuff.
Yeah. And we'll kind of talk about that, I guess, from our perspective of what we were going to talk about if it was a policy that affected us. But eBay did put out kind of a statement, bad buyer experience policy changes, no impact to U.S. or Canada sellers.
Yeah.
It says CA sellers. So I don't know if that just meant, California. There's the U.S. and then there's
the U.S. or California.
To the U.S. and California,
It would make sense.
But, for the most part, what it is it's basically they're going to start looking at the different metrics of sellers to make sure that they are up to snuff against the other peer market average. And they're looking at different metrics, or they're evaluating you on things that are like if you have significant INADs, items not as described, doesn't work or defective, doesn't match the description, if you send the wrong item, if you're, arrived damaged, which, I mean, you can't
arrive.
always, you can, or didn't arrive at all. You can't, the damage part, you can't always, you can pack something very, very well. And once it gets in that carrier's hands, you can't do anything about it. It's out of your hands. And unfortunately, as a seller, sometimes that comes back on you when you can file claims and things, but.
Well, I'm guessing they get a pretty big market of people from say India and China and things that are selling from over there into the U.S. market. I'm guessing there's some pretty big sellers doing that. And it sounds like now they're going to try and control the buyer experience a little better. So they're not just having... If you bought something from India, there's not a lot of recourse on eBay right now, I wouldn't think. Maybe you get your money back, but I think they're trying to tighten that up a little bit.
Yeah, it's it's a good policy. Let's see, there's some other things. If you have low detailed seller rating, if you have a lot of negative or neutral feedbacks, again, are some of the metrics that they were going to go over. And if that was lower, they had penalties, suspension of accounts, taking your items down. Or even not even suspension, but just boom, your seller account is done and you're out of here. And which is unlike,
even if they were doing that now in the U.S., say that's not for the India and the Chinese market. If they were doing that here, like everybody kind of thought they were, and we thought they were.
Yes,
I'm not. Like, how do you feel about that? I don't think that's a horrible policy, other than maybe they need some safeguards in check. They need something for the sellers to be able to resolve issues with. So it's not just a trap door and you're gone. But I don't see any of those policies as being horrible.
No, I don't either. And basically, I think even if it did pertain to us, it really wouldn't affect me that much. I'm not saying, I'm this great stellar seller. I'm a stellar.
That's a sticker.
Stellar. It is. I'm a stellar seller.
SSKPromo, the stellar seller.
Seller Ken. Ooh, maybe that's what that stands for. But no, it wouldn't affect me because a lot of it just has to do with being a good, honest business person, providing good customer service to people. They even put, a little list on their page about what you need to do. And to me, they were all common sense things. First of all, just be just be honest with buyer. When you take your photos, take good photos, take good clear photos in your descriptions, in your titles. Give if there's damage to the item, if there's stains, if there's rips, tears, if something is broken, if there's missing parts, just disclose that. You are never, ever going to get one over on a customer. I know me as a customer, if I don't get what I thought I was going to get, I get a little bit disgruntled. And
and depending on the price, depends on my actions. I mean, if I ordered a $5 thing and it was a horrible experience, there's a good chance I would just write it off and move on.
Well, true.
From a customer perspective, but I think they have a pretty good handle on this, what they're trying to handle already in the US. I think they do pretty good at protecting the buyers here. But there are still bad sellers on eBay that this type of program would help. Because, I mean, there are people having horrible experiences as buyers. I'm certain of it. Some of the stuff we've ordered, we've gotten, and I would not buy from that place again.
Agreed. And there's you're never going to please everybody. There's some people out there that just want an argument. You put in the description, it's 4 parts only, not working, or there's something broken, and you take pictures of it and you write that up in the description and you sell the item and the person gets it and they go, well, this thing doesn't work. Well, no, no shit, it doesn't work. It was in the description. It was in the, and then they want to open up cases or they want to do a chargeback on their credit card or they're trying to, so there's always going to be buyers.
So we need a BSE program, a bad seller experience.
Well, see, that was part of my point and where I was going to go. It doesn't seem, I mean, I know that there are policies in place that if you are a buyer and you exceed so many, whatever, what would you call that? It's so many, you're constantly wanting refunds. You're trying to return stuff. You're constantly opening up cases, or you're, just not paying for items, buying items and not paying for them there. But I don't know how much that affects. It is too easy to just, I'll just cancel that account. I'll open up a new one and I'll start buying again. Yeah. If there's any way, I understand, I don't sell on Amazon, but I understand that Amazon sellers are really held accountable for, how their business practices.
Yeah. Well, you have to jump through so many hoops to become an Amazon seller and to get set up and just even getting ungated in certain categories and stuff. Most of the sellers over there take it a lot more serious. Like the amount of work it takes to get going over there in the first place, you're not going to put it at risk to save a few bucks. You're always going to try and keep the customer happy. And
which is, I guess, from my side and the eBay thing, I'm always doing that. I sell everything as if, my mom bought it. Yeah. That I'm going to package it, I'm going to describe it, because I wouldn't want somebody to rip off my mother and or get myself ripped off. So, our conversation kind of changed a little bit when we found out that it wasn't a policy that affects us, but overall, it shouldn't have affected us anyway. Any of those metrics. I don't think it would have.
Most people we know selling on eBay are pretty stand-up sellers. And they're doing the right thing. Yeah. And they're trying to do the right thing all the time. And you could tell. I mean, you look at their seller ratings and they've got great feedback in the 90% and up. Yeah. Those aren't the people this was going to affect anyway.
No, but people get up in arms about it. And of course, a lot of that conversation that's on YouTube is to get the views, to get the clicks, to get, we'll probably, here at the Reseller Clickbait podcast, we're probably going to do, oh no, not at all. We're not going to have some crazy clickbait thumbnail that tries to get people in here and watch the show.
It'd be like Santa's not coming to town. Thanks, eBay.
Hey, yeah. See, Christmas was canceled this year. You need to buy all your own gifts on eBay because Santa's not coming.
If we were better at thumbnails, we would be a much bigger podcast by now. So put your thumbnail ideas down below.
Yeah. What could the thumbnail? Well, no, wait. This thumbnail has to come out before. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't
let's
matter.
do this
We could
show.
change it after.
Let's put this show out with no thumbnail at all, just a black screen, and then everybody in the comments,
We'll update it.
put down there what it should be, and then
Better
we'll
yet,
put
send us a thumbnail. We don't want to do the work to create it either.
That's a viewer thumbnail contest. Ooh,
There you go.
that might be an idea in a future show.
You know what? As long as we're pawning off work, why don't you do one for this show? Because that saves us this one. And then and then also submit one for next show so we have a topic.
Yeah, I'd see. That's what I was going to say. We could have a contest. Somebody sends us a thumbnail, and then we build a show around
That could be
our
fun.
interpretation of that thumbnail.
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun.
Hey, you know what? If we could get Cory, listen to this. Okay, wait, this is brilliant. If we could get 50 listen.
Linda, listen. Linda.
If we could get 52 people to send us a thumbnail,
there's our year.
Then 2024 is all wrapped up for shows. And we can just pick and choose which one we want. Oh man. So yeah, get your creative juices flowing and your festive juices
better
flowing.
send us something, because otherwise we're going to be back to our original idea, was just talk about a different state in the U.S. for each week.
Yeah.
Get us through the year.
Fun with flags, like what's his name? Sheldon on, we're just going to talk about flags for every episode or a different state. So anyway, our conversation of that, the BBE policy was kind of a bust because it really doesn't pertain to us. And, just do your business right. Give good customer service. You're never going to combat every bad buyer that's out there, because some people are just, and I'm not even talking about people that are intentionally trying to scam with stuff, because you got those. I'm just talking about some people you just can't help. They're going to be upset, and they're going to want to give you grief and want you to change shipping addresses after you've sent stuff. Or I had one of those this week where the customer, buys the item and then sends you a correct address that they want it to go to. Well, I handled this one. It depends. Some of it depends on what the item is and what I'm shipping. And I know this time of year, people want to ship gifts to kind of direct ship things.
Yep.
And I always put out, again, depending on the price of the item or what it is, I will send them a message back when they request that due to eBay policies, seller protections and policies, I would normally not be able to change the address on the item. But in good faith, and because it's, this time of year, and I understand that folks want to drop ship things, I will ship it to the address that you sent to me. And usually it's met with good positive stuff. And I guess a lot of that, most of it depends on how, if I am asked to do so.
We just send 2 words, just shut up.
That's it. Sorry about your luck. If the person asks me nicely or has some sort of explanation, hey, this is a gift, I would like to get it, we're not going to be there, blah, 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 whatever. Even if I'm just asked to do so, don't tell me, change this address. Don't just come in with an attitude already. I didn't give you the right address.
That
Ship
reminds
it
me,
to here.
Talking about the telling you rather than asking you, we've actually had someone basically tell us to gift wrap for them, that they would like it gift wrap before we send it out. And not even to a different address, just, this is a gift. Please make sure you wrap this before you send it out.
Did you do it?
No.
Oh, okay. I got to say, I've had that request before. I think it might have been last Christmas. I had that request, and the person was real nice about it, and they were going to send it, and blah blah blah.
I think that's the difference. They weren't real nice about it. It was more of an expectation on their end that, make sure you do this. It wasn't a hey, got a question to ask.
and not even I'll pay extra or anything like that. You know,
I have an issue with authority. So when you tell me to do something, I tend to do the opposite.
Really, I hadn't picked up on that yet.
I'm a big fan of telling me what to do, I guess.
I had that request last year. Somebody wanted to know if I could gift it. They said, even if just throw it in a bag and, you know, in a Christmassy bag or whatever, and tissue paper or something like that, you know, but I go above and beyond, being the seasonal Santa and the festive guy that I am. I was like, sure, I can do that. And at no extra charge. I actually wrapped the gift first because I'm a master wrapper. And, you know, of course, with
drop a beat
with we all know how my wrapping turns out here, but you know, perfect corners on the package because you have to, because Christmas presents, you know, I wasn't just going to throw it in a bag because it was a Christmas gift, and Christmas gifts are supposed to be wrapped.
I learned that just an episode or two ago.
Yes.
I didn't realize that Christmas presents were not allowed in a bag.
They are not. They are supposed to be wrapped. So
see, if nobody else is learning stuff, at least I am.
There you go. I'm imparting knowledge. I'm trying to, you know, give the people something. And because, hell, we all know that I'm not that great of a reseller. So maybe I can pass along some Christmas wrapping advice. But perfect corners. And then I put it into a festive bag with, you know, some tissue paper. And I wrapped that baby up and I shipped it off. And, you know, yes, it's one feedback. And you know, that's what I would do because it made me happy to do that, thinking about somebody getting that
I wouldn't
package.
Mind doing,
and
that's something
and being
neat
excited.
You can do as something for a customer. I mean, that's something neat you can do if somebody asks you. Yeah. And I think we probably would have too if we had been asked nicely.
And not told.
It wasn't that. Yeah, it was more directed to do something to which, you know, I didn't cancel the order, and that was my initial knee-jerk reaction. Like, no, just cancel.
Yeah, I've heard that about you.
So yeah, I don't like customers. They're horrible people.
I love my customers. That's what keeps my lights on and my belly full.
I like their money. I just don't like them.
They can be cantankerous at some times, but most all of my customers,
most of them are good.
The majority, I mean, if you really think about it, how many items you sell and
very few,
and then
bad
how many
customers.
Complaints that you get, or how,
actually,
you know,
if you think about it, the ones that really kind of irk you, that are bad, that test your day, are very seldom customers. They don't end up being customers.
This is true.
So the people that actually buy from us that are our customers, generally, like 99% of them are positive. So
yeah. It's the questions after questions about an item, or the people that want to call and complain, I can buy this over here. Everybody else is selling them for this amount. It's like,
why are we talking?
Yes. Why are you not buying from them? And it's like, no, well, first of all, you're lying, because when I did my sold comps, there weren't that many of these listed, and they were all either higher than my price or whatever. I could buy one of these brand new. It's like, man, I would buy the brand new one because mine's open box. Mine's, you know, been used by somebody. And hey, where are you getting this? You know, every now and then when people are really lowballing this, say it's not worth that. It's like, please let me know where you are buying these items, because I want to go buy some and resell them at the proper price.
Yeah, buy two and get one listed. Hurry up.
Exactly. But yeah, overall, the customers are good. And this whole BBE policy, if it did apply to us, it's about customer service. That's it.
At the end of the day, it does just as much for the U.S. and Canadian eBay resellers as White Men Can't Jump did for white people in the 90s. Didn't do anything. And didn't change the game at all.
And there you go. We brought it back around. Cory, I think that's gonna end it up for this one. Then we'll end on the White Man Can't Jump to, is it or is it not a Christmas movie?
That's the definitely debate. Not.
We will have just like Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Die Hard. This one is so far off.
So
it's a charity to watch this movie.
To watch The White Man Can't Jump?
You're doing them a charity by watching this movie, yes.
Electric Boogaloo. So
Not great.
all right,
But
we're done. We will see you next week. Next week will be during the week will be the live tour show. Great guests, great fun, great
shoot
games.
those thumbnails over.
Yes, we need your thumbnails now. And we'll see you next time on the Reseller Clickbait Podcast.